Hello to my Sagittarius. This is Queen Amon-Ra coming to you with your general reading, Sagittarius. Let's go. Happy full moon. Technically, the full moon is on December 4th, 2025. Full cold moon. And this reading is for December 3rd. You may be watching it on December 3rd. December 3rd through, I think the ink from this is rubbing off on my hands here. So my hands look a little dark as the ink from these rubbing off on my hands. This reading is for the 3rd of December, 2025 through December 10th, 2025. But all of these readings are timeless. So whenever you see them or whenever YouTube recirculates these videos is when you're supposed to see them. Time is relative, so see them whenever you're supposed to. High vibrating Sagittarius are optimistic, freedom loving, and intellectual. Your ruling planet Jupiter is retrograde until March 11th, 2026. So this is a great time, not just for Sagittarius, but just in general, for you to really count your blessings. Just write them down, journal them. You know, what are you grateful for? Put it down, write it down. What are you grateful for? Things that other people may take for granted. You can wiggle your fingers and toes. You can, that you're breathing, that you woke up today. Stuff that, like little stuff that people take for granted. I can think of at least 50 things off the top of my head, but whatever that, whatever you can think of, write it down. Put together that list. So whenever life happens and people want to, talk about the negative stuff, you can pull out that list and just read it, so it can just kind of flush out all the negatives around you. All right. The cycle is over. Move forward. The cycle is over. Move forward. Okay. Cycle is over. Move forward. Even when people want to try to bring you bad news about whatever, for those people who watch the news, and every time you turn around, it's something, it's like a never-ending cycle, right? It's not that you don't have compassion for energies, but you can at least send them some good energy their way. You can look at your list and say, okay, I'm so grateful for this and that, but you can send some good energy their way, send some compassion their way. When you count in your blessings, you say, you know what? I got some overflow I can send other people's way, right? Yeah, you never know what's going on in people's lives. You don't know how, like when people are trying to close out cycles in their lives, they may have some unanswered questions. You just never know, right? So the cycle is over, move forward. Then you have some people that, you're almost afraid to share your good news because they're looking for something wrong. So, I've recently heard this spiritual leader online that I follow was helping people how to ward off evil eye online, which I thought was some really good information. Because sometimes you can't even share the good news that you have without people looking at you side eye. So, anyway, the cycle is over. Move forward. What is the current situation with my Sagittarius? What is the current situation with my Sagittarius? All right. Yeah. You're just waking up from some nightmares yourself, right? And a lot of people have some things in common, right? If you celebrate the holidays, happy holidays to you and your families, right? And so if you're going to talk about it, share some solutions, right? Very much like if you were going into your manager's office. Right. If you were going into your manager's office, you're not just bringing problems. You're bringing at least 3 solutions. Okay. Okay. You brought a problem. What's the solution? What you think? Because your manager already got their plate full. Right. So you brought a solution with you. That takes something off of their plate. That just helps somebody right there get a promotion. Because you're the only employee that's bringing a solution with the problem. Right. That just helps somebody get promoted right there. Right. There it is. Right there. That's going to help you wake up from a nightmare. Just the way you think is going to help you get promoted. Just the way you think is going to help you get promoted. Because you're assertive. You're not coming in all aggressive, growling like a grizzly bear. Just the way you think is going to help you get promoted. You're waking up from nightmares, right? A lot of growth. You're waking up from nightmares, right? And so just the fact that you're assertive, you're structured, and you're authoritative. And so people are like, oh man, you know, this, I feel like I hit the lottery with this person. Just the way they talk, like you could tell they've been through some nightmares. Good God, right? They've been through some nightmares, and just they structured, they're authoritative. Like we got the same thing in common. I feel like I'm talking to myself. I've been through the same old thing, right? So yeah, next time you walk into your manager's office, don't just bring a problem. That's how that's how a lot of people get to their leadership positions. That's not about whether you think they deserve to be in that position or not. Bring a solution. 3 of them, at least, right? So you can wake up, right? So what challenge? What is the challenge? Cycle is over. You're moving forward. Cycle is over. Move forward. Yeah, you're having a total recall. Yep, you're having a total recall of something, right? You have an air about you. You have an air about you, right? Something about your air. You fought through some things, right? This is Mars, by the way. And this is Mars symbol. You have an air about you like you've been in a war with the opposition, but you're a prayer warrior. Okay? You don't pray on people. You're a prayer warrior. You have an opposition. I mean, you've been in a prayer warrior. So you ready to pray for people, not pray on people. There's a big difference, right? And people who see you as opposition, they'll soon learn. It's like, oh no, this person will pray. This person will pray for me, right? I saw something this morning that was very interesting, right? This guy put this post online. He was talking about the North and the South. I'm in the U.S. for the people who are around the World Wide Web, right? I'm in the U.S. And he was saying something about New Yorkers, right? And people down South, and how people have this issue with New Yorkers, right? Some of the nicest people I've met in New York. Okay, before people start exploding and like, what? And I'm gonna just leave it right there. That's all I'm gonna say. Some of the most helpful people. And I'll just leave it there. The cycle is over. The cycle is over. Move forward. Somebody's having a total recall of some things, right? So I feel like some people are going to stop judging books by their cover. Some people are going to stop judging a book by their cover. That's what I'm seeing here. The distant past. The distant past. There's a difference between being assertive and being aggressive. So I feel like somebody is getting ready to open up a dictionary. I'm not trying to be funny when I say this either, for real. Like, I feel like somebody is going to really learn the definition of being assertive versus being aggressive, right? Somebody feels very fortunate, right? This is the recent past, Wheel of Fortune here. You're waking up from a nightmare. I mean, and a lot of people are waking up from a nightmare. Like so many people have the same thing in common as you, whoever you are. A lot of people are waking up from a nightmare, and a lot of people are having a total recall, but the cycle is over. You're moving forward. Let me move these two here. Let me move this down here. Because these are major. You have major things that's coming your way, and this is all good. Somebody is in a very vulnerable place, and what source is tearing down is you're making connections. You're making connections. It's, how can I word this? How can I word this? Because you all rule ninth house, and I'm telling you wherever Sagittarius is in your birth chart, right? Somebody's an air sign, and like how you communicate, like how you talk, how you walk is kind of like setting you apart from people. Like how you receive, like is almost like the opposite. So it's the opposite. It's like it's as opposite as night and day, as north and south, as east and west, as like you could think that somebody is yelling at you, like somebody could be like talking with their chest when it's really love in that way, right? And so something in you is balancing out. Something in you is balancing out. Let me see. The word I want to use is helpful. I've met some very helpful people. That's the word I want to use. So the cycle is over, move forward. All right, the recent past. Right. I'm looking at your ninth house, right? So what's going to put an end to something is talking to people. What's going to put an end to nightmares for you is communicating. You know, it is communicating with people. Like I said, the cycle is over, move forward. Yeah, it's just communicating with people. What's going to help you wake up from some nightmares is communicating. Your strength is rising above the judgment. Because you don't know. Like somebody just doesn't know. You know, somebody just doesn't know. I mean, there's no, you know, you don't know. If you don't know, you don't know. Right. You don't know who to link up with. Certain things you just don't know. You don't know who to link up with. Don't know who to talk to. Don't know who to link up with. Just going to add to your peace. And that's going to put an end to something. But December 6th is going to be a significant date for you to put an end to your nightmares. Because that's what Neptune is retrograde. Yeah, moon card. Yeah, it's full moon. But your nightmares are coming to an end. We're just going to put it out there. Decree and declare has already ended. It's already ended. Your nightmares already come to an end. Your nightmares have already come to an end. Yeah, you're a hermit and you're a star. You're a hermit and you're a star. Yeah. You need to connect with other stars. You already need to connect with other people who are stars. People are just kind of sort of figuring that you don't know. You know, you don't know who to talk to. You don't know who to connect with. People are also, this person, they don't know. You know, they having nightmares. You know, like some people are just connect. I mean, almost assuming that you don't know who to talk to. You don't know who to connect with. It's almost like people after the fact. People are hoping like after the fact. Oh, you should have. Y'all ever been in a workplace? And I think everybody can connect with this, pretty much. Y'all ever work for a place that after the fact now you realize everybody got the answer? Oh wow! If you had asked me, if you, okay, I had to add a little bit more time to this. Yeah, so everybody got the answer after the fact. right? Everybody got the answer after the fact, right? So I'll put it into nightmares, right? So somebody's trying to bring judgment down on somebody, right? Trying to bring judgment down on you, whoever you are. By causing you a nightmare, right? But somebody already has the answer. You rule ninth house. It's about getting in contact with people. It's like talking to people. It's about linking up with people, talking to people, right? Getting out of a comfort zone and talking to people. So somebody's going to feel really lucky that you're talking to people that you may share past with. Sharing a past with, and this is an advantage that Sagittarius have, because you're ruled by Jupiter, right? And you love to travel, news travels. A lot of you all are world travel. You rule ninth house. Ninth house is about higher education, philosophy, law, religion, travel, ethics, morals, personal beliefs, spiritual beliefs. So there's so many things you all can talk about with people that's going to help end people's nightmares. Talking to people when you're, communicating with people, when you're standing there waiting at a counter, talking with people, opening up, sharing, talk. Somehow I feel like you're going to meet somebody that's going to put an end to their nightmares. That's all I'm seeing here in your cards. You're going to help put an end to somebody's nightmares. So slow down. That's all I can say. You're going to be talking to somebody that's going to help put an end to somebody's nightmares. So the cycle is over. Move forward. Learn how to close out cycles in love. You're going to help put an end to somebody's nightmares. Well, good for you. Somebody that you don't know, that you have in common with somebody. Somebody going to bring up somebody's name. Do you know so-and-so? Somebody going to bring up a place or something that's, like, let's say, for example, somebody brings up a part of the world, right? And you say, I know somebody that moved to so-and-so, right? Yeah, and y'all start talking about who y'all know in a certain geographical location. Next thing you know, sometimes you don't realize that you're talking to somebody that you just gave them the answer to something. Just gave them the answer to something. So rise above the judgment of you feeling judged that you're from somewhere that people are judging. Rise above all of that. This is where you talk about you have something in common, and people should be growing out of this place where people are judging you because you're from a certain geographical location. And everybody from so-and-so location, they're mean, or they're so-and-so and this. Hopes and fears. Yeah. Somebody is hoping that to team up with someone. Somebody is hoping that somebody could be, kind of sort of in a leadership position, could be on their team. Somebody's hoping to talk to some people, talk to somebody and just be on their team. Because somebody's an open book. Somebody's youthful, they're an open book. Somebody was obsessed with judging somebody's past. This is. Wow. Yeah, the cycle is over. Move forward. Somebody was secretly linking up with somebody, feeling like because somebody was going to make a fortune by having this. What this is, okay? Somebody was obsessed. Somebody had talked to somebody about somebody having nightmares, right? And so somebody was already judging somebody. This would be like somebody saying, okay, wherever Sagittarius is in your birth chart. Let's say, for instance, somebody from your past knew that if you were hired with an organization, because somebody felt like, okay, this person would be a great addition to the team. This right here, this is 3 of Pentacles right here. So people know that you're a compassionate leader. They know that you're a star, right? and you would make a great addition to any team that you're on, whoever you are. Your sun sign could be Sagittarius, your moon, wherever Sagittarius is in your birth chart. People know that you're smart. You could be an air sign, right? Just the way you talk, people know that you're a leader, right? You're smart. People just know that you're smart, right? But people know that you're assertive. But with the way that people were making it seem, somebody sees you as competition. They made it seem like you're aggressive just by but where you are geographically on the map, wherever you are, you're a perfect fit for where you are because you're assertive, not aggressive, right? So it would be equivalent to people, like wherever you are in the world, the reputation of, and this is everywhere on the planet, Southerners saying Northerners are one way and Northerners saying Southerners are another way. It's not just the United States, it's everywhere on the planet, right? On every continent, right? So wherever you are is where you're supposed to be. So wherever you were raised, no matter where you are, you're supposed to be there. If that makes sense to somebody. The cycle is over. All you had to do was say you appreciate the people where you are, because that's the truth. You've had enough experiences. You've talked to people where you are. Like, you've gotten out and talked to people, and people have been very helpful to you. They've been kind to you, right? That's have been your true experience. You have examples to go by. You have experiences to go by. So something is becoming clearer and clearer to you, that these people have seen you as opposition from day one. Like, they did not want you to speak your truth about. That's why. That's why on my channel I always talk about, like, closing out cycles in love. Never saying it's an entire organization. It's been individual people that have given you nightmares. It's never an entire organization. It's been individual. Wow. Somebody was obsessed with linking up with you because they felt like wherever you are geographically, you would make a fortune because you're nice and you're kind and you're smart. Wow. And you're compassionate. You put an end to something. There it is. You put an end to something. You're a star. You've always been a star. And you're a very youthful spirit. Always bet on you. Always bet on you. Put yourself first. So people feel lucky to have you. Your ex was on an assignment. Obsessed. Pour into yourself more. Somebody that can be in spirit. So somebody secretly has a crush on you. Somebody wants the best for you. Yeah, where you are, you have no problem. I'm telling y'all, I have met some of the most helpful people, just hands down, period. I'm not just saying that. I'm for real. Like, that's all I'm going to say. That's it. That's all I can say. For real. Root chakra cleanse. Follow your heart. You're healing from the pain that they cause. Be patient. The answers you seek are coming. Yep. Somebody wants to call you, but they haven't changed. Yeah. So crown chakra cleanse. Their plan to disrupt your money backfired. Pray and meditate. Move on in silence and move on in peace. Your inner child is very proud of you. You're exactly where Source wants you to be. You landed exactly where Source wanted you to be. It's literally like the stars are aligning for you. Whoever you are, it doesn't matter what your zodiac sign is. The stars have aligned for you to be exactly where Source wants you to be. And so the nightmares that you're having are not for an entire organization. whether it's your job, your entire family, your entire friendship group or neighborhood you grew up in. It's for very specific situations, okay? So let's be crystal clear. Adjust your crown. Adjust your crown. It's for very specific situations. And so, yeah, you can put the past behind you. You're balanced out. The cycle is over. You can move forward. You got some really good news coming across your path. So write down all those things that you're grateful for. Put the past behind you. Enjoy the holidays if you celebrate. If you don't, then hey, you don't. That's just the end of that. If you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. Your hard work is paying off. Yep, chakra system. Some people just cannot believe that they put all this, some people have put all this energy into ruining you, but you got to exactly where source wanted you to be. They put all this energy into ruining you. I mean, like, my goodness, who puts all that energy into doing that? You've closed out cycles in love. Continue closing out cycles in love and rise above all of that. Let source deal with that. Humility. Yeah. People know that you're humble. So allow me, divine, to always accept the right assistance. I welcome your help in every way, and I delight in receiving it. So somebody is grieving your departure, and they wanted to humble you. Like, I don't understand that. Anyway, we ain't focusing on that. Anyway, you've been enlightened. You have been enlightened. That's what I have for you. I'll see you all in the next video. And again, if you celebrate the holidays, happy holidays to you. I'm quite sure wherever you are, there's some kind of light display somewhere. I'm sure people have decorated their houses beautifully. So, or some recreation and park service have done some outstanding job with all of that. So go check that out. See you in the next video. Bye.